Back again for another video. So I wanted to do a different type of video, I guess you can say, on a article that I ran across today. It's about a man who sued his wife or his wife's lover for alienation of marriage. It's called the what do you call it? Alienation of affection law. It was in the state of North Carolina. I'm going to read a few brief excerpts of the article, but I just wanted to highlight this and go over it for a topic. This is brought to you by WSOCTV.com. That's the article that I'm reading it from. The headline is North Carolina man wins $750,000 lawsuit after suing his ex-wife's lover. It says in Raleigh, North Carolina, a North Carolina man has won a $750K lawsuit against a man who he said wooed his wife away. The lawsuit was filed under the Alienation of Affection law, which still exists in 6 states. And I guess this is a man's quote. He says, "I filed this case because I believe it's very important that people understand the sanctity of marriage is important, especially in the day and age when people question everyone's morals," said Kevin Howard. People question everyone's liability of a person, and the state backed me up on this, unquote. The article goes on to say, if the defendant cannot pay, it will turn into a debt owed and appear on his credit report. That's one of the reasons some attorneys question why the law still remains. And I guess this is from a lawyer. It says, "Are we backing up the court system for a week or 2 weeks to have a jury selection, jury trial, and the plaintiff to spend tens of thousands of dollars to end up getting a piece of paper they're never going to collect against?" one lawyer asks. Then the article goes on to say, alienation of affection dates back to English law and is meant to protect the institution of marriage. In North Carolina, anyone can file one of these lawsuits against the person who broke up their marriage, but the accuser has to be able to prove it. The North Carolina Supreme Court backed up the law in a ruling 9 years ago. In June, Channel 9 reported on a similar case filed by Morrisville man. He sued an oral surgeon for allegedly having a yesteryears-long affair with his wife. A jury awarded him $250,000 in damages for alienation of affection, $544,000 for criminal conversations, and a total of $1.5 million for punitive damage in both complaints. So that's the article. I find this very interesting because this is coming. I'm actually going to put the article down in the description box, but I believe that this is the turn of the gynocracy. Things like this are going to become more prevalent. You guys are going to see more men start to stand up and take back what the gynocracy had a monopoly over. And that's, the ability to have a say what happens in relationships and how they turn out legally. Because for the longest time, everyone knows since the 70s, there's been a monopoly, that feminism has been running against men in the way of what should be done when a situation ends. This doesn't just go over marriage. This goes over, domestic partnerships, the micro divorces, the calling of the police for domestic violence allegations, false ones, things like that. There are many articles that I've read recently that are showing that things are turning around. And this is one of them. I think this is going to set new precedents for men in the direction that they want to go and the options that they have. While this law has been on the books for many years, many people don't read the laws and they don't know what's available to them as far as options when it comes to dealing with these situations. So this man took it upon himself to look into it, and he found something that works for him, where he could equate this situation. I guarantee you, even though he, like the article said, he's not probably ever going to see the $750,000. I mean, because nobody really gets that back in taxes, in their lifetime. I don't know, maybe the guy's wealthy or something like that. The one who had the affair with his wife. But it makes a statement. And I think that's what he was probably going for. He was going for, I mean, because if you go back to his statement, I'll read it again. He said, "I filed the case because I believe it's very important that people understand the sanctity of marriage is important, especially in this day and age when people question everyone's morals," said Kevin Howard. "People questions everyone's liability of a person, and the state backed me up on this." Notice he didn't say anything about making a monetary gain from this. He's going off of his belief system and what he believes that he wants in his life, and if someone comes in and disrupts it, this is the consequence. So I think you guys can see more things in the future happening like this. I'll probably be covering a few more articles. I mean, because this is another part that I want to add to my channel that I've been wanting to do. I've never been one for mainstream media. I'm not for popular things, I guess you can say, to get likes and views. But I think it's very important that this is pointed out, because this is a start in the right direction when it comes to men taking the authoritative stance and using the tools that they have to remedy a woman's questionable behavior in a civil manner, But anyways, this has been the Wolf and Beta Close. May you have a good day, and peace be with you.